What's the best way to estimate your closing costs as a buyer? Well, I'm going to go over that today in this video, and we're going to start right now. Hey guys, Hans Struzyna with the Gunderman Group at Keller Luxury International coming to you with another video. Today, I want to walk you through exactly how to estimate your closing costs as a buyer. A lot of the times my clients are always asking me, hey, how do I know how much cash I need to bring in to close this deal outside of my down payment? And if you remember from previous videos, which I'll link to up here, regarding what your down payment is, what earnest money is, all that stuff, those costs go into this, but then there are also closing costs, notaries, taxes, all that good stuff. I'm going to cover, and I'm actually going to do it in a little bit of a different format and show you my screen of exactly what I do when I estimate this for a client or tell them to do it themselves. If you get some value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I am going to continue to put out weekly content just like this, and you're not going to want to miss it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and do a quick estimate for a buyer's net sheet for a hypothetical property, let's say that's located in Alameda, and it's going to be for $1 million with a 20% down payment. So I'm just going to use really round numbers just to make it easy, but obviously yours will change. This estimator that I'm about to show you is really good. It lets you get very detailed and granular, but also requires you to know some information that you might not know till you actually get your offer accepted. But I'm going to point out some of those areas. You can go back and fill those in if you want to get those estimates before the escrow company provides it to you. So I always come over here to Placer Title. They're my go-to title company, and they have this really great website and tool on their website for the buyer's net sheet. So you come over here to buyer's net sheet, which I'll have this linked up down in the description. Come over here and put your name in there, Gunderman Group, and there we go. So I'm just going to also make myself the buyer just for this example. That's my office address. I'm going to use an Alameda address, like I said. Here, County of Alameda, City of Alameda, great. So we're going to go for $1 million and an $800,000 down payment. This is a 30-day escrow. We're going to pretend, and let's say we get a 3.5% interest rate. Impound account, loan term 30 years on that guy. Property is located in the city limits, not a short sale, not a cash sale. Great. Next, we'll go in here, and this will allocate a lot of the closing costs. So what we want to do here is do what's pretty typical and standard, what you're going to find most of the time. So the only thing that's not done preset that's typical is that the seller typically pays the city, or excuse me, the county transfer tax. City is typically split 50-50, and the buyer takes on the escrow and the title insurance costs. Now they also have some stuff that is pre-filled in here, like recording fee, notary fee. You can take those out if you want, if you don't need those or what have you, or you can of course add things in as is necessary, but this is some of the stuff that requires you to know your numbers from your loan and some of the details of the transaction to be really exact. So come all the way down here, same thing, some other loan fees if they come up. If there's an HOA, if you're buying a condo or a townhouse that has an HOA, there will be transfer fees and dock fees that you'll add here if it's applicable. So we don't have those on our example, so we'll go next. Let's just say our hazard insurance is $100 a month. So we'll say $1,200. Our impounds are going to be for 6 months and for 2 months. So we're building up that impound account for your lender to take care of those costs for you over time. And other recurring costs, if there are any. Rarely do you see anything go in there, so you can pretty much not worry about that. So go to the next thing. Tax proration. This becomes a little bit complicated if you don't have your tax bill for the property already and you don't know exactly the day you're going to close on. Escrow and title will get that to you before you close, but if you want to do the math and figure out how many days out of that 6-month period are going to need to be prorated, you can put those in here. I often leave those blank just because the closing date can be a really fluid thing sometimes, especially now in the COVID era. So this gives us a total down payment, closing costs, any credits, estimated balance, and now we have this and we can create a printable, viewable net sheet that's nice and clean, and it's telling us that we're gonna have to bring in $221,419.81 to get to the closing table and get across the finish line for this deal. So hopefully that makes some sense and you see what I'm doing there. Again, this tool is linked down in the description of the video, so it's easy to find and you can check it out there when you're ready. Hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. If you got some value out of this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to continue to put out weekly content like this. And if you want to know where to find that tool that I used to estimate all of the closing costs, just go down into the description of the video. I've got it linked up down there so you can easily find it and estimate your closing costs and figure out exactly how much money you need to bring to the closing table. So without any further ado, I'm going to log it off. This is Struzyna with the Gunderman Group at Keller Williams Luxury International, signing off for now. See you guys on the next one.